like, how was your weekend? And the first thing the person said was, my weekend was frustrating, was bad. That's a bad energy you already carry. So feel excited about the week, feel excited about yourself, irrespective of what you are going through, irrespective of the challenges. Feel excited and refuse to feel down, right? I sent a post to our group this morning, and one of the things I said was, your feelings, actions are generated from feelings. Listen to this carefully. I want to explain that concept. Actions are generated from your feelings. And then habits are generated from your actions. And then the final one, destiny are generated from your habits. Means that, okay, let me say that again. Do we understand what I'm saying? Let me repeat again. Naturally, all of us have feelings. You will agree with me that it's either is a positive feeling or a negative feeling. A lot of time, negative feelings just come on their own. They just come on their own. In most cases, they are reacting to, or they are coming as a result of the problems around you, the challenges around you, which are normal in life. Now, a lot of people take in these feelings without control. Okay? If it has to be positive, it has to be intentional. You have to be responsible for nurturing a positive feeling. But for negative, it's natural and it's all going to be around you, whether you like it or not. So what I said was, your actions were generated from your feelings, and your habits were generated from your actions, and finally your destiny is as a result of your habits. So meaning that you can only cultivate a good habit if you are intentional about your feelings, and you can only have the destiny you envision if only you are intentional about your habits on daily basis. So I want to open this conversation by explaining this. I'm taking you somewhere. Now, I want to start by asking a few questions before I proceed. Number one is, I want to ask sincerely, if you are here in this company, maybe over 6 months, maybe over a year, or more than that. I think by the year 2023, that was the year we decided to remove a lot of people from our cycle. We had a lot of staff, not less than maybe 20-something. By the end of the day, we end up with maybe like less than 5 or 7. Yes, we did that actually before a lot of you start coming in. There was a reason why we did that, and I want to really emphasize that part of us. We can do that over and over and over again. In case some of you are here and you don't understand why we do that. Over the years, we are very, very, very intentional about what we do as a company, right? Because to us, it's not just about bringing people to work, but there's a lot more, which I'm going to mention all before the end of this session. But please, before I continue, I want to ask people sincerely, maybe I will choose randomly, or maybe I'll post my question so that 1 or 2, 3 persons will respond. Can you tell me 1, 2, 3 reasons, or maybe just one, if one is what you have, why you have decided to work in this company? Maybe not even in this company, but why in your life did you decide to take a job that they are supposed to be paying you to do the work? Like, is there any reason why you make that decision? So I like somebody to help me respond. They're going to give you mic. Just sincerely look into your heart. Like I said, I'm taking you somewhere, and I want to teach you a practical lesson. Most of the things, I've traveled a journey, I've worked in several places, I've served some people even without pay, I've done so many things that have brought me to where I am today, and are still taking me to where I am. In fact, even this session we are having right now, I feel like I'm still serving you. In a lot of ways, I'm serving you. Some of you might not know, but I am intentionally serving you. For me, I always want to serve people. We're in the same cadre, you are below me, you are ahead of me, I always want to serve you. So let 2 or 3 persons respond to my question, please, quickly. I know I have great minds here, so I don't want to pick anybody. Somebody should just put up their hand, and then let's see how it goes. Okay, give her the mic. Please focus the camera on her.
Okay, so career growth. for me. And then I would say financial stability. That's it.
Okay, career growth, that's one, and financial stability. One other person, please. Let's have, okay, Catherine, quickly. I would like 3 people so I can be able to have.
Personally, I feel for some persons, though, it doesn't work for everybody. Before you actually become a boss of your own, or before you actually own your own enterprise, you actually need a training ground to help build your mind or build you as a person, bring out what you have inside before you actually own your own enterprise. That's for me.
Avoid too much Zoom. Can walk around. Okay, very well. She said before you become your own boss, you need a training ground. And if I understand carefully what she has just said, or what she means is that this place is like a training ground for her. One other person, please, can you try, please? Give her the mic, please. Please give her the mic. I tell the mic that you don't have anything to say. Quickly, please, don't waste my time. Please, please. So why do you choose to work with us at Akovil?
I believe everybody has said.
Now say your own.
Mind.
I believe you are you. Everybody is not Lydia. Lydia is not everybody. So please, can you kindly say your own? Why decide to work with us?
I think for career growth.
You think for career growth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very well then. You see, I'm always very, very practical. And as much as possible, within this next 10 minutes, I want you to pay a closer attention. I'm going to give you some analysis. Now, a lot has been said, but I want to start with the last speaker. First, the habit she's putting into this, what just happened now, in a lot of ways is negative. Do you understand? Now, let me try to let you understand how it works. She might not like me for saying this, or she might not like me for giving her pushing her to speak, right? But I know for sure that is what she actually needs in a lot of ways. First thing first, it has informed us that maybe she's not even aware of why she's here. That's information number one I got from there. Number two is maybe she's aware but she's not confident about it. Maybe she don't want to share. She's aware, she's confident, but she don't want to share, right? If she don't want to share, also there's something negative about it. The truth is, at times I find out that all of you here, you are so relevant that many times I come to share a lot of the vision I have, a lot of the things I'm passionate about. Why? Because I want to see in any way how can we align. You can't work with a company where whatever you are thinking does not concern the company, whatever is happening in your life does not concern the company, or whatever is happening in the company does not concern you, or you don't want to share anything personal about your life or maybe about the company. You just want to be you and you alone. The world doesn't work like that. The world revolves around people. The wealth the company is looking for revolves around people. It starts from you, customer service. It starts from you, ICT. It starts from you, management. That's how companies are built, and that's how wealth is generated. So as much as possible, I like to challenge you that in your life, if possible, although it's not general, but you can be specific in your life and then try to pick 1 or 2, 3 persons that you relate with in your company. Now, let me tell you now, why did I decide to bring this information to you, and why did I decide to ask these questions? If you are working anywhere, it doesn't matter whether you are working with Akovil as a company. This is one of our brands. It doesn't matter where you are working, whatever you are doing right now. If you are watching us, for some of you that maybe you are not with us in our company, but you happen to be watching this video, I want you to learn 3 things. I've been telling our staff, or I told you every day, that one of the reasons why we bring you here is to be an entrepreneur. I have said this over and over again, but a lot of people don't get it. When I started this video, I made mention of something very, very clear, that at a point we have to let go of a lot of people. Do you know that a lot of them want to come back now to start learning some of the things we were teaching them? True story. I don't want to mention names, but I know even as at last week, somebody came to my DM, right? And the person mentioned the same thing. Somebody came to an interview, in case some of you think that I'm just forming stories. Somebody came to an interview, your manager was there. I think Rihanna too was there. The person mentioned clearly that while I was here, like she came back for the second time to reapply. That while I was here, she was here with us 2022, I think around 2021, 2022. She spent roughly about 2 years. So, but she became negligent to her job. I don't know what was happening in her life. She was very good. So, but at a point, maybe, I don't know, but she was not opening up, which is one of the things I've just said now. You need to speak when you need to speak. Now, if I'm thinking about making people leaders that will lead a team, do you think I would think about Lydia? Why? Because she's not ready to speak, she's not ready to lead people, she's not ready to talk. So how am I even sure that whatever she's going to talk resonates with the team? See, Catherine mentioned that this is a training ground. Wonderful. A training ground not for me, for you. Do you understand it? Now, 3 reasons you should work for people. Everybody listen. 3 reasons you should work for people. Some of you, one way or the other, must have mentioned this to you. How many minutes do we have left? Check your time. 8:30. Okay, very well then. Now, 3 reasons you should work for people. How many reasons? 3 reasons. Now, number 1, which is one of the reasons people, work actually, and what they focus on, which is actually useless to me in a lot of ways. I'm going to explain. Number 1 is salary. You work for a paycheck. You want to just get your paycheck and then that settles it. Number 2 is to learn. Number 3 is to network. Now let me mention that again. There are only 3 reasons ever why you should work under anybody. Number 1 is salary. I said it's useless. I'm going to explain. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying making money is useless. I'm not saying taking salary from where you work is useless. But focusing on that reason to work is useless. And it's going to render your later life useless. Even as at the time you are doing the work, it will still mean that you are useless. I'm sorry I'm saying these words like this, but I will explain. The second reason why you should work is to learn. A training ground, somebody has said it. Career building, somebody has said it. An entrepreneur, that is what we actually want. Not just career building. For a lot of people build career. I know the difference between career and entrepreneur. Because in a lot of ways, if you are still a career person, you are still working under an entrepreneur. I don't know if I explained this well. Now let me break it down. Why you should not work for salary. Dr. Cosmos Maduka says something that always rings a bell in my head. That salary is a medicine for poverty, but it doesn't cure it. Maybe I should say this again. Working and taking a paycheck, working because you want to earn, right, money, and they are paying you every month, which is okay. It is not bad. But if that is the reason why you are there, and that's what you are doing for, you are working for, then it means that you are working to cure your poverty. I'm not saying you are poor, but obviously you need money. That's why you are depending on money. That's why you are working for money. I'm not the one that said it, or you are the one that is working for it. So you take a lot of it every month, but how many of you have noticed that it has never helped you? True story, me, I have worked for salary in a lot of ways. I stopped working for salary 2020. One way or the other, people still find their way of paying me salary for doing 1 or 2 things, but I have stopped it as at now. Completely, I don't work for salary. I like you to name it something else. Call it allowance. But don't call it salary. And don't pay me like it has reached maybe 1 week, you pay it, another next week, you pay it. No. Just scatter it. If you pay me 3 days, maybe pay me 5 days, maybe pay me after a month. So I don't feel it's a salary that is coming at a fixed time. Right? I feel it's a money worth of my value that I've exchanged. So, and it doesn't have to be fixed. Some of you wonder why I'm teaching you some of these things. The reason is that We are expanding so much so that we need a lot of people to stand in businesses. If you are here, this lady said is a training ground. Actually, and we are very, very intentional about it. It's not all companies where you go to and start hearing this kind of things, especially youngsters like us. Do you understand? But we are very intentional. And the truth is, whether you want to listen to what I'm saying now or you don't want to listen to it, just wait in the next 2, 3, 5 years and see what will happen. It will play out. If you want to wait until then, you might just be missing out big time. Big time. And let me shock you. If you decide to take in what I said and you work with it, either Akovil want to work with you in the future or they don't want to work with you, you are so equipped that you can break grounds. You can use your skill to do things. Do you understand? Because it means that you are now in charge of your life and you have ever been in charge all these years. So nobody is going to now say, okay, let me round it up. If we decide to sack you today, you will understand the reason why I said salary is useless. How many of you can relate? If we decide to say, okay, this lady, you are not doing well, blah, 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 and then we do boss for you. Even if you are doing well and want to downstream, I told you now that a lot of people need to go because they were not meeting up and they were not ready to learn, and a lot of money were going down. A lot of money were going down in the sense that we spend a lot of money on ads, but these people don't feel like they are into this thing. This is not my business. You know, it is not me, it is Akovil. Just pay me my salary. And a lot of them like that work for salary, if 1 naira miss from their salary, you will see them in your office first thing on Monday morning. I don't know if you are following. So now we try to shift their mind just like we are doing to you. I know a lot of you don't like it. I don't care if you don't like it. It's a principle I myself have to respect because the world is changing. The world is changing. You cannot convince a client well to buy. You cannot close a client if you are thinking about money, even in your conversation with clients. Like client can sense it that this guy is after my money. And because we know that you are also after our money, obviously what you are going to be after with our client is the client's money. No. What is it in this product for the client? Take your time. A lady online yesterday, said that I'm using your formula or your method and it's working for me. I know a lot of you saw it on the... Yes, we just had that session with them. I think about 4 customer service that I knew. That was on Sunday. Obviously, another commitment. Are we supposed to be having meetings on Sunday for staff? But we didn't fit to do that. And just before Monday, this lady already applied the formula and is working for her. Well, I don't know when we had that meeting, Vicky. Saturday. The meeting was Saturday. She already used it and is working for her even before we resume work on Monday. Obviously, most of the things I've told you now is a principle. And for me, I've learned to separate my feelings from principle. I started by saying this video, I said, your feelings. When you wake up every day, even some of the things I'm saying now, there is a way your feeling is picking it. It's either you are picking it positively or you are picking it negatively. Now, guess what will shock you? If you pick it negatively, you are going to see just a negative result. If you decide to turn it around, and nobody stop you from turning it around, for negative feelings obviously come just like that. But if you decide, no, I'm not going to look at it like this. Do you know that even when bad things happen, like maybe you have been sacked from where you work, or maybe you have been given a query letter, or maybe you have been given a sack letter, suspension letter, whatever it is. For me, I read positive meaning to it. So many times, our business has gone through troubles. If I wake up, I say, I'm grateful for seeing this problem. It changed the game for me again and again and again. So please, work for experience. Work for, what is it called? Experience and networking. Some of you now in the future, I am still very small, but I know where I am already. In the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, if I'm still alive, of course I'm going to be alive, God's willing. So if you are doing well here, even when you later now even have a business, by the way, a lot of you, I want one or two persons should speak. Vicky, speak. Your experience with me with that your printer guy. How many minutes do we have left? Very well. Okay, so I'm going to focus on Vicky now. Please focus on her. Make sure you have a good recording, please. Share your experience with me, what I told you about the printer guy you brought and what later happened. Just share your experience with them.
Okay, so I've known this guy for like so many years now, and he does printing job. When we were looking for someone that will crest our shirt and cap, I suggested to Mr. Kabir and Mr. Elias that I have someone, and they asked me to invite him over. So I just wanted him to come, get the job, do it, and that's all. So when he got here and they were talking, we were on our usual Thursday meeting, and he was there. So I was going up and I didn't even have time to settle down with them. When I came there and I met, that was my first time of seeing him in person. We've been chatting for years, but that was my first time of seeing him in person. So when I saw him, the first thing Mr. Kabir said was like, I hope you have commission within this. So I didn't want to just say no, so that it will not look like I didn't plan my life. And I say yes, of course I'm going to collect my commission. The guy was like, this one is my sister now. I say, yeah, you're my brother, but I'll collect my commission. So to cut the long story short, he left. And Mr. Kabir was like, I don't want to hear you don't have commission in that thing. And that was when my eye opened. And really, I brought somebody for a deal, and this is business right before me. I didn't even see it. So and he said he gave me a target that it can never be less than that. So to be frank, I was battling. But when I got home, I summoned the courage and I told him, oh yeah, how much is my commission? Because I have bigger deals for you. He said, how much do I want him to pay me? I said, woo, okay. And I said, you pay me so amount per shirt or cap. He said, no, that's too big. I said, you don't know my word too. I have bigger deals for you, and I'm going to bring bigger deals if you treat me well. He said, okay, let's do it this way. You know, it's unplanned. He didn't really plan this, but for the next ones I'm going to bring, we're going to put a fixed amount. For this one, you pay me so amount. That was the least amount Mr. Kabir gave me. And that was the amount. So I didn't quickly accept it so that it not look like my body shaking. I'm like, okay, well, let's do it this way. So I said, do we have a deal? He said, deal. That was how I just did clean business, clean money.
Now, can you clap for her, please? See, we talk and we are talk and do. Akintayo said we are talk and do. Dr. Stephen Akintayo said we are talk and do. I am teaching you now. You think I'm playing? No. Please, you need to narrate his story as well. Go and take his camera. What this gentleman is trying to do right now, that's Mr. Emmanuel, our new customer service supervisor at Akovil. I know he came in not quite long, yes, sir, but the gentleman is doing an amazing job already, right? So I would like him to narrate his story about what he has been trying to do and the opportunity we have given to him already, right? For a lot of people, we've been telling you that we are raising entrepreneurs. We are raising what? Entrepreneurs. But it seems not to resonate with your head. Let him narrate first before I round up what I want to say.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Sorry, I'm having cattle, so you won't. So the thing is, when I came in newly, the plan was to just I saw there was an avenue for me to learn, actually. So I saw it and it started working on how I think and how far I could go. But I first of all took my time and studied the people and the management. Then from there, I started thinking, because when I started, I could not do any upsell, even one. Like if you go to my work for last month, you see that there was not one upsell. I was thinking, how can I go with this upsell of the thing? And when we started the first week of this month, something struck me and I started. One of the things I did that made me begin to go fast with the upsell was that when I'm communicating with my clients or customers, I make them understand that my interest is not their money, but their health. So once they see that my interest, this guy's interest is not actually the money, I will make them so forget about the money. Then we'll talk on their health. That is where I get to know that this person has more than one or two problems. It's not just that one problem this person is buying this thing for. And that opens doors for more products to be sold. That's why you can see one customer will go for maybe 3 products, 4 products.
I'm not even talking about your upsell skills.
Okay, yes.
The fast. We have just 2 to 3 minutes.
About that, and I'll look at it in a way. I said, okay, I need more hands in this, because normally upsells brings, there's a commission for upsells. This is 1,000 naira. But I looked at it in a way. I said, okay, there's a possibility for me opening more like having a group of people, because I have a lot of followers on Facebook, Instagram, and so forth. I have followers, and I have people that are very ready to work for me. They are very ready to work. So what I did was I talked to Mr. Kabir, and he gave me the go ahead. He said, okay. I communicated to them, and they offered to work. And I begin to teach them. He called them my students, and that's what I call them. So I begin to teach them how to get customers, how to market the products. Their work is just to market the product, get customers, generate orders, and bring to me. And I give the company. So whatever comes, like he said, when he was speaking to me the other day, he said, these people are the ones working for you actually. You know, that was where my eyes opened. I said, wow. So I opened more like another branch of Akovil somewhere. If you go to my WhatsApp now, you see there's a general group, just as we have in the company, there's a general group where everybody is. And I open order books for all of them. Each of them, they have their order books. And presently, just yesterday, one just dropped an order. I said, wow, this is good, we are working.
So time. All right, see, okay, you can hold your mic.
Right.
Can you clap for him, please? This is, even what they are doing to me, let's round up now, is still training. What Mr. Emmanuel is doing is training. What Vicky is doing is training. They have not closed anything. By the way, what Vicky is earning just by that simple idea, I don't know. So I realized that money is not made by hard work or your verse, your annoyance. You need to use your brain. Do you understand? So thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you are inspired. I like to call this session Inspiring Possibilities. Every Monday morning, just going to put some inspiration in you. Just want to make sure that you are focused, do more personal development, and just keep your life in place, right? Thank you so much for listening. My name is Kabir Abdulkadir. For some of you that are hearing me for the first time, we're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep raising entrepreneurs. I believe that I call myself the world's most influential entrepreneur and business coach. And if I'm doing that, people right under my nose I'm not entrepreneur. It means I'm not doing anything, right? So thank you once again, and we'll do this some other time. All right.
So are we permitted to ask you something?
Yes, please. Okay. In-house.
Yes. I noticed that I think this is about